Frankenberry,
Okay.
Chocula, and then an Ecto Cooler.
Sweet. Yeah.
So now we're doing more brunches too. So
Yeah,
you're not nights. Just let me know and
Yeah, absolutely.
get you some comps.
Hi, I'm Becca Whitaker. Subscribe to Raze Chaos.
What's next?
And then it'll ask a few orders.
And welcome back, everybody. My name is Raze Chaos. You made it back to my channel, and it is Wednesday, and that means it is New Comic Book Day, and it is my favorite day of the week because I get another. That means I've got another comic covers to show off to you guys. Yes, this is cool. This is exciting. This is the second Wolverine cover that we've gotten, and there's already 2 more advertised to come out. So yes, you want to talk about having a flashback to the 90s. Everything is coming out Wolverine. Yeah, he was very, very overplayed at the time. This is actually from 1986. But, yeah, in the 90s, basically, the only selling point Marvel had was putting Wolverine on the cover. If they could work him in any way, they would. As a matter of fact, there was one issue of the Avengers which was really kind of hysterical because you basically had the cover of everybody looking like, oh my God. And it said, you knew he'd be here sooner or later. And then there was the silhouette of like Wolverine without his mask on. Well, once you open it up and read it, it was actually Beast. Which I thought, they're just doing what they can. They've got to at least fake Wolverine on the cover. So yeah, by my count, there are 4 in existence or soon to be in existence, and none of them would have been my first choice as far as what I would make of a Wolverine cover. So I am not going to be surprised if we get more because I know that's happening. And the one I'm really expecting, and I can't believe they haven't already done, is his first appearance in The Incredible Hulk. Because he only wore that costume in that issue. And yeah, I would think this would be a gimme, you know, by the time he appeared again in the X-Men, he was wearing a completely different outfit. So just the idea of Wolverine in a unique costume, his first appearance, this just doesn't seem like something they're going to let slip past. But this one, however, this one is significant in another way. This is actually on a lot of lists as one of the top Wolverine covers of all time. It is Uncanny X-Men number 207. Yeah, as far as the story inside goes, it's part of a bigger story. It is, there's a lot going on. You've got the Hellfire Club. You've got the Morlocks. They're all like, if you just get this issue and read it, you're going to basically be left with a convoluted story that doesn't have an ending. So yeah, that's why trade paperbacks are so helpful, just to make sure you get the entire story. Because this is one where, yeah, the main reason to have it by itself is because it is a significant cover. And part of the reason why they went all out on this cover is because this issue marks the first issue that John Byrne had left. The Byrne and Claremont. This is after their long run on their very significant run on the X-Men, and then John Byrne left, and there was an immediate drop in sales because Claremont and John Byrne, I mean, they brought you some of the greatest X-Men stories of all time. And so when one of them leaves, you know some readers are going to leave as well. So they knew they had to do something to try and keep that from continuing. They wanted to stop the reader drop off, maybe bring a couple back. So they brought John Romita Jr. in there to do this cover. And this is one of the first real issues where Wolverine is breaking the fourth wall in the cover, where he's slicing down the front. And considering the first page after this is the title page, and the background was pink, it overlaid perfectly on the X-Men as far as it being the title page. So it did make it look like, yes, Wolverine is tearing out of this page. So, yeah, like I said, it's one of the original, or it's one of the top, it's usually in the top 10 as far as people's favorite Wolverine covers of all time. I'm not a particularly big Wolverine fan. Honestly, I kind of shared my late friend's Jeff's opinion on him, where he was kind of overused, he was kind of overdone. A lot of the complaints that people have about Superman, as far as him being overpowered, really feel more at home with Wolverine, because they overused him, and they've shown that his healing factor pretty much keeps him from death. So really, you know, he doesn't really have any real conflict other than controlling himself, and they really don't enjoy letting him win in that. But at the time, this is Wolverine deep in his fractured memories, implanted memories. Like, he was really a mess at this time, and that did not hurt the character, because he was the person people kept coming back to see. They wanted to see him go wild. They wanted to see this unkillable machine at work. And for all the people that say, oh, well, Superman, he's just overpowered and can't be stopped. And I'm like, well, that's the whole reason you're reading Wolverine. I guess it's just the violence that you really want. Quit pretending to get off a high horse there, people. Yeah, it's a great cover, and kind of minimalistic as far as just him on the cover. I do remember reading this story, and the minimalist cover does not let you in on the complicated story within. I will tell you that, because yeah, this is shades of Days of Future Past, and if you thought that movie was complicated, you should see the comic story they based it off of. They really cleaned it up in a lot of ways, and simplified it. But this was a Funko.com exclusive. This came from the Funko shop, and I am happy to welcome it into my collection. And as you may or may not know, I do an entire playlist on the comic covers alone, because these are my favorite things to review and talk about and go on about. And even Wolverine, who's not one of my favorite characters, this is probably one of the better Wolverine covers in my opinion, and this does make sense as far as why they would do it. I do expect a lot more. I mean, I know we've got 2 coming. I've already given you my idea for a good idea for another one. But if they follow suit, we're going to have a lot more Wolverine covers, because Marvel printed them as if they were money, because they kind of were for him. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Let me know if you've read this issue. Let me know if if you know this story. Let me know what's your favorite Wolverine cover, and let me know if they have or are making it into one of the comic covers. But as always, I'm gonna go ahead and let you go. I hope you have a great day, and never forget, life is full of odd moments, and you never know when you're gonna be defined.